Offlane Viper and the so why do they? I mean, clearly they think Shadow Fiend is just an amazing hero this game. Lacoste, like I'm asking you because I don't even know. Because why would you actually just pick this hero into a StarLadder? Right? Feels very odd to me.
I guess just that they needed someone that can build into Guardian, because you could do that from position 3 as well. But it's gonna
be normally do that anyways, though.
It does.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So we talked a lot about the first 20 minutes being very important, especially for RNG, who kind of lacked power in those first 3 games we saw them play. Are they good now? Like, is this something that they can work with in the first 20 minutes especially?
I was expecting something more of a team fight oriented as the last pick, something that can get, as I mentioned, in the back lines, find the Oracle. Shadow Fiend is not that hero, and
there's Viper,
I'm not a big fan of the Shadow Fiend last pick here.
All right, Grant.
I kind of agree. I think OG, just as he said too, they have a way better Roche lineup. I think Nature's Prophet as a 5 is way better than Bane laning phase, scaling into the late game. Obviously versus Troll, Bane's good, but I don't know. I think this could be a very rough game for RNG.
Let's find out who's gonna take the lead here in the first elimination game of the day. It is over to ODPixel and Fogged.
I came a long way.
This is RNG game 1 just about to begin, and yeah, bit of surprise there with that last final pick from RNG, going back for a mid lane hero, going for the Shadow Fiend, and moving that Viper to a side lane. Why are they doing this? Is it a better matchup now mid for an SF compared to what a Viper could have had? I mean, it can't feel like, right? Viper seems to win every lane anyway.
Yeah, I'm really curious about it, to be honest. I'm not too sure what the idea was. Maybe it was just to push the Morphling out of that mid lane. I think maybe you can put pressure on as a Shadow Fiend, but I've actually seen the Morphlings in the Morphling versus SF matchup. But Morphling has such high base damage that you're able to get all those denies, because they're actually OG's dodging the lane. They're sending Topson bottom on Morph, and they're putting the Troll mid. So they're switching it up a little bit here. So I'm looking at both drafts, and I'm seeing very little team fight on both sides.
Yes.
I think RNG, you know, once they've got like their SF with an item, their team fight looks a little bit better with like Ember, Viper, and SF together. OG's, I just don't have any. They've like, what's their longest cooldown spell is the Battle Trance, right? 90 seconds. False Promise. All right, False Promise is 100 level 1, but
I'm gonna see up top here. Bit of trading going on. The Seb goes with a 2-man crush onto Lanham and Monet. A route onto Monet. Seb's got another crush available. It's a little low HP. Maybe he can get back in onto Lanham. He's trying to sneak around the trees to get to him, but cannot quite do so. The runes are Fu and Flyby. Will be able to secure the one down bottom, as Noto did try his best to try and fight them off. But overall, though, OG will get the 3 runes. They got the 2 runes top, so 3 runes to start for OG, just the 1 for RNG.
top lane can be a bit tough for the Ember Spirit. Ember does not like laning or playing versus Oracle in majority of the game. He just keeps dispelling your shield. It's just, yeah, very annoying to play versus Oracle as Ember. And we saw Nota also, when they did claim those bounty runes, he actually denied 2 of his treants while they were trying to kill him. And we did see Afu go for the tree grab in this game. Makes more sense this time. Oh, is he going to not? Okay, I thought he was going to deny all 4 of his treants. But yeah, I guess in this game it makes sense because he's versus an NP. So usually we've been seeing the max QW, but since he has to clear those treants to try to help this lane out, it does make sense. But I think this lane is going to be an absolute disaster bottom for RNG. I really don't think that they're going to have fun down here versus this NP Morphling.
Yeah, Flyby's going to... Oh, I said they were going to change it. No, he was just taking back to the tier 1 tower in that lane, so they're not changing it. They are going to stick with the Viper down here.
They're going to get bullied so much by No-Tail down here.
Yeah, I mean, you see these punches just melting the Viper.
I mean, Viper, 1 armor, tiny, 0 armor.
He's got no regen left. That was his last tango.
And when this time he didn't start with a Blightstone. He's gonna pick it up ASAP. He already has it queued up. It's, it's the build. You go like medallion pretty much every game on the hero, but versus these 2 heroes, it's even more beneficial. Nice already. Mid matchup, we see LPW doing just fine versus the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, but Setsu has got those early stacks up. Sure. So at the same time, we should see Setsu have no problem getting the CS hit in the middle lane.
My big concern already, well, my concern for RNG is the bottom lane. I already mentioned it, but it's going to be...
No-Tail's bullying the 2 of them.
It's going to be a absolute free farm Morphling in this game.
You see Flyby, he nearly dies there in the bottom lane. Top lane, in fact, Lanham, he does die. Jarek's get the lane, in fact, bottom lane, he does die. They get the 2 kills, they're going to get after as well. I mean, this No-Tail, I mean, the other day, No-Tail in the series we saw, he didn't look too great. He had some, pretty rough starts to the game where he died twice in the first minutes and charges. This game is like a brand new No-Tail. He's back in and he's starting on these fools with the Nature's Prophet.
They're winning. They're crushing all 3 lanes already. Top lane is going to be fine for them because they've got StarLadder Oracle versus Ember Bane. Ember, he has a little bit better armor now, but you just keep getting hit by this bash so deep as you walk up, and you're versus Oracle, who's a natural counter for you. They're actually getting the side pull off as well, so they're going to deny some experience up top to RNG here. And yeah, it's going to be a complete free farm Morphling line with no pressure on him whatsoever.
Oh, the Prophet pick and the Prophet play, it's very, very strong. And No-Tail is showing us that, against the right sort of dual lane. And as you mentioned, a lane that RNG sort of handed to OG. They said, we're going to do this. We want to put the Viper on the side lane.
It's just tough because I look and I'm like, it's 0 armor, 1 armor, and not only just that, they're both some of the slowest heroes in the game. Viper with the Windlace has 298. Tiny has 290 right now, so they just get free poked all the time here. No-Tail has the Blightstone mid lane.
RTW, he just goes for the kill. Ooh, the salve will save him, but does of course get immediately cancelled. Top lane, Monet dies. They get in, the 2 of them. Jarex and Seb get the kill. It's 4-0, 3 minutes in, 2K lead. OG, they are not messing around today.
And they have a very fast-paced draft. Just like Panel was talking about, they have ways to take Roche, they have easy ways to take objective. They've actually been focusing a lot on making sure they have objective takers. They always seem to have like a Troll, a Beastmaster, or someone else who can hit buildings in their draft list. They even have the Nature's Prophet too on top.
Well, Thompson is in the trees. We are going to see be able to hide around. He's able to shift back up. Arfu's going to turn towards No-Tail. No-Tail getting some more treants out. Arfu is bringing No-Tail. They've got the Avalanche. They should be able to kill No-Tail this time. They do. They will finally put an end to No-Tail's bullying and harassment down on that bottom lane, getting the Prophet out of there.
They needed that big time. Just looking at the last hits, they're not able to get too much. Flyby's actually out of mana down here. They're out of pretty much all their region down here, and No-Tail's just going to TP back in. Not going to be able to find anything, though, on that bottom lane. Top, though, we see the Oracle getting gone on. Oh, Jarex does have a Fairy Fire available. Gonna probably use on the next hit. Yeah, he should be okay, but there's a Brain Sap in 2, 1, he's fine.
Just gets out of range. In fact, Seb gonna have a Crush available. We'll look towards Lanham. Is there a mana for Purified Flames? It doesn't matter. The Slayer Fist from Monet will kill Jarex off. They do lose Lanham.
Jarex was trying to be fancy and put down the tree to block Lanham's vision. He tried to drop a branch.
Seb's got another bash here. He doesn't go in. He did not quite have the mana for another Crush afterwards.
That was pretty, I mean, that's noble effort by Jarex to try to block it in. But he's going to maybe get Monet the tree.
He's trying his best to hide it. The Juke is not going to work. The power of the Purifying Flames gets another kill.
Do you clapping?
Yes, we have a live audience. Even though we're out the back. But
I'm clapping. Do you have sound?
I do not have game
Okay, I lost game sound as well.
The people at home, I'm going to find out. Keep going. Otherwise, we can make game sounds ourselves.
Well, they're trading hits up top. If you want to do the, their attack animation sounds, go for it.
I got to check this though, because they may have. All right, we got the game sound back. We got game sound back.
We're back.
I fixed it.
So now No-Tail, he's recognized that bottom lane is a total disaster for RNG. So he's recognizing that, okay, Viper's going to go jungle, because that's what this hero does. I think he's blocking it. No, he's actually not blocking the camp. I thought he might with the first ward, but he's put down 2 wards in that area just to watch them while they're trying to farm. And he's coming back. Continue the pressure. Flyby. Oh, he's taking the creeps instead. Oh my god.
Well, instead of trying to kill him, he's just like, I don't want to kill you.
Creeps.
I'll take the neutrals instead, bro. You got to walk back to base. I don't want to kill you. You're not worth it. BM there.
Man, this top, it almost feels even harder that they put the Ember Spirit top. Because it's versus a StarLadder, who, as I mentioned, does great, and it's versus the Oracle, who loves playing versus Ember Spirit, because you can never play around your Flame Guard.
Setsu getting very low here as RTW does go for playing him. No-Tail's got a TP in. Arfu is there. Make it a little harder for them to get to Setsu. No-Tail's trying to go for it, but he's going to tank the tower. He steps a little too far forward. Another race comes through, and No-Tail will die for that one.
Definitely tip No-Tail for that one.
You could see the temptation. He really wanted that SF kill, but as soon as the tower started hitting him, he realized he done goofed.
He's going to come back, I think. He pinged him right away. He's got CP available. I think he's going to try to go mid.
No, surely not.
They're backing up and going for Shrine.
Oh, they could go for the Flyby kill though. Flyby is now on his own. Thompson is able to turn into the Viper. Give him a little taste of his own medicine with the poison down upon him. Flyby Another down on the ground. Topson should be able to chase it. I imagine he's going to have the punches. And oh yeah, LTW. He's going to join the fight, claim the glory, claim the gold.
Top lane, they're trying to set up here for Sep. They've got a chains in about 2 seconds. Is it
Yeah,
going
they've
to
got
be
the slight
enough?
change combo.
They've got
Lock
the
him
SF
down
and the Tiny.
into the avalanche. Then he can go to save it. Tries to use a magic. He just be about 4 heroes hitting into him. Seb cannot survive. So now RNG starting to turn the heat up, make some plays themselves, get active on the map.
That's a big rotation though. 4 heroes to the top lane. Viper dies bottom. You look at the lane distribution. OG still has all the heroes showing on the map in the laning phase and getting a decent amount here. As Jarex picks up Arcane Boots. Has Setsu queued anything up yet? Oh,
the Yule's build.
The Yule's build instead of the. I thought they picked it for the
Look at
match.
these body blocks again. Notes out. Slowing Setsu down. Setsu will be able to turn, will be able to get away. Arfu and Flyby there with the backup. They're going to get the avalanche onto 2. In fact, Notetown is in trouble. A couple of raises come out. Setsu claims the kill on the Prophet.
Afu's coming in clutch with these small little rotations to try to salvage everything.
Yeah, he's sort of interrupting any sort of attempt from Notetown's Prophet to make these rotations. Afu always prepared to help out Setsu.
Looking forward to see what Topson can actually do with the Morph in this game. He has some really fun abilities that he can get, be it from the Ember Spirit, the tiny spells, SFs, Vipers. Like, there's fantastic spells on all 4 of those. Setsu is invis up here.
He's going to go for the raises. Bam! Perfectly lined up onto Jarex. So they're going to try for Sep as well. Sep's trying to run. He's got the backup and No-Tail. Goes for the sprout onto Lanham. But Sep will have the space to retreat.
Cool, he went Dominator on the StarLadder, by the way. A little bit different approach.
Monet does get the tower deny up top. I see No-Tail TP and deep, get some deep wards down inside the jungle of RNG.
Watch the courier as well. Don't think he's going to be able to snipe it.
He's going to try for the way back. Oh, he is. He's hanging around. He's going to try, but no, just out of line of it.
Takes him too many hits, so it'll take him through, like, probably 2 or 3.
As long as they would have been looking.
Yeah.
They would have protected it.
Dire's middle tower is under
Still, as you can see, OG's 3 cores at the head and top of the net worth.
Topson's still not getting pressure. That's the big thing. Is RNG, they're not actually able to make any moves themselves right now. They're playing reactionary Dota to what OG is making happen on the map.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Killing Topson is it's not going to be necessarily easy down the line with the heroes that they have. Those sort of hard silences. The hardest of lockdown really is a Fiend's Grip for Lanham if he gets the opportunity to do so. And No-Tail getting slightly fisted.
He's not at boots.
With the wraparound, Setsu can get a couple of raises out. He's not got the mana. He's got mana for 2 raises. There's one. And give it the second one long range. Bam! Does it perfectly. Setsu gets the kill. Be able to position themselves with the 2 bounty runes down bottom here.
That's the big thing, right? It's just at least trying to get something else out of it, because the kill is okay, but they have to get more because they lost a tower, and I believe ILTW was also hitting on mid.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Look at the wards by OG already here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placed down early on, trying to keep that pressure up. Like we mentioned, their draft is about high octane, playing quick. If they can get these 3 tier 1s down, or even 2 tier 1s down, in particular that mid one, they can easily just walk to that Roche pit when they have StarLadder level 6.
W is going to go for the run in onto Setsu. Setsu's got the haste rune bottled and ready to pop.
RNG really they have to keep tabs on when the StarLadder, Troll, or Nature's Prophet kind of go missing, because either combination of the heroes can easily go for that Roche play. The Corrosive Haze plus those Treants, or Corrosive Haze plus a Troll, they can try to just look to bring that down. So RNG have to keep tabs on that Roche and have to keep trying to defend these tier 1s, most importantly. This last tier 1.
It's going to be hard to do so though with RTW. The wave pushed in, and with the backup of Jarex behind him, he has hit 6, so False Promise is at the ready. All those saves. So getting a bit of space down bottom. He's very close to picking up his 6 as well. And still that 3k lead that has remained there for the entirety of the game so far, that you've just been unable to catch back up to the farm of Topson's Morphling.
Their playmaking is just hard, right? Because of the 3 cores they have. They don't have your standard, like, offlaner, right? It's a Viper, Ember, Shadow Fiend core. Who's going to be the one to give up the farm and make the plays? Someone's got to do it. It can't only be relied on the supports to be making all the moves this game for RNG. So I think when they have the Atos, it's going to be flyby. And he's getting pretty close. They prioritize actually giving him the mid lane to make sure he can get that farm, so he can look to set up for plays around the map for his team. SF also maybe with that Yule's build. Really curious about the build too. I've seen it in pubs still. I've seen a couple like SF Yule's builds, but I think in pro I've seen exclusively the Guardian Greed build.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to. There was one of the CIS SFs that did do a Yule's build. I think back at one of the previous non-DPC tournaments. I think.
Okay.
Maybe Alpha Ninja in a game did the Yule's build. Either him or Iceberg. One of those two have still rocked it in one of the recent patches, but for sure, yeah. You don't see this build a lot at all.
And that's gonna, I mean, it's going to make their more magic damage oriented for the Shadow Fiends, so their physical damage is going to be quite limited on RNG, and I look at them and I don't really know how they take objectives. I think RNG's objective taking is pretty much, we need to win a big fight and then we have to get a tower afterwards, because they don't hit Roche, they don't hit buildings. They just have to make plays at a fast pace, but OG, they have a much faster paced lineup, and looking at the lanes, like we see the top 3 cores farming incredibly well. MORPHLING, who's just unpressured all game.
Topson has just had this entire side of the map to himself.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm sort of both halves if you consider in terms of he has had teammates around, so he's had an uninterrupted solo XP.
They're going to try for a play now here though. They have Lon M level 6 finally. He's 6.5 actually, I think. But still, they can look to set up for this play now here. If you can get a ward down, as long as they can get it before the attribute shift. But Topson's also sitting at kind of high HP.
He's putting the ward down, so they've got that extra vision and reach range to set up. Got to get the perfect Fiends Grip. Topson saw it. He did. Instant shift, and they know if it counts for the Fiends Grip, you're never going to kill him once he gets the shift off beforehand. So Topson, he was more than prepared for that play.
Well, he just has, they have free control of the map right now. I mean, he just goes back, he farms, Troll's farming mid, StarLadder's farming top. You see RNG, they're not really farming nearly as well. Now Flyby, even with the Atos finish, he's not looking to make a play, he's just continuing to jungle.
OG themselves, with the smoke, they're ready to try and make something happen in the mid lane, take away that final tier 1 tower. Maybe, is it going to be a smoke and roast? They're walking towards the pit, but LTW and Jared will show themselves. They want to try and get kills first. They'll go towards Flyby. Do have the setup here. Kurosave is down upon him. He's trapped in the Sprout, nuked down by the Purifying Flames. Flyby's gone. They'll get the kill. That should open up the space for them to take the tier 1 tower. Fortification will momentarily slow them down, but OG will finally take the 3rd tier 1 tower off the map from RNG.
Do they just go straight to the Roche?
I mean, without the Viper, it would have been hard for RNG to contest anyway. They are 5,000 gold behind as a team of 14 minutes.
Yeah, only 14 minutes in. It's not even just that gold. You know, you always have to pay attention to that experience too. It's early. It's 5,000 experience lead too. OG, they're just reading. They're reading all the plays that RNG is doing, and they're making the fastest plays. That's the name of the game for their draft. It's just playing fast. I mean, they won all 3 lanes as well, which really helps. So. And these deep wards, No Tail. We've seen him do this so many times on the Nature's Prophet. He's even started to ward camps to be able to block some of the farm from RNG trying to get it. And they just have tabs of everything that RNG is trying to do on the map because of these deep wards.
Now bottom, Setsu. He's been found out alone. He has a Yule Scepter, will hold back the Troll. The body cloaks are there from No Tail with the treants, allowing RTW to close back in on the SF.
Those are some very nice body blocks. Yeah, team giving him the tip too.
Yeah, I think, you know, No Tail seems to be on something on the Prophet today. I think this could definitely warrant an early ban if you're RNG or taking it away from the team.
I think you'd prefer to let him have like Enchantress.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He can play the Enchantress.
Uh-oh, Topson mid, but he gets the shift
up again.
And he's not
kills. They might as well back off. There's no point in trying to hit there and hit the Morphling.
Oh my god, this game is looking completely disastrous. It's 8K now.
Unkillable.
Yeah, he's unkillable. He really is. And it's like, we're not even factoring they have an Oracle too. Yep. Like Jarex just can come in behind the majority of these times and save anybody who gets gone on. All 3 cores just so farmed.
My thanks.
There will be the StarLadder. Viper Strike down as well onto Seb. So she's going to use him up. I mean, that's kind of going to protect him for a little bit. Buy time for Jarex to come in with a false promise, and Seb's going to be more than fine. RNG now just have to back away and make sure they don't lose anyone for that attempt on Seb's life, which was unsuccessful. Seb surviving. He's picked up the Ogre Club. Very close to having a BKB.
I like this Dominator build on the StarLadder.
It makes him very tanky, very beefy.
It just like gives you even slight, like, it's pretty hard to get attack speed now, right? You don't really get it based off items too much anymore unless you go like that Midas, and that provides you attack speed as well as your teammates. So definitely a nice pickup, and I mean they've just got like full control. I was talking about how RNG, they don't have ways to take objectives. They lost all 3 lanes, no ways to take objectives either. So look at the 3 towers. 1800 HP on the top one, 1732 on the middle one, 1735 on the bottom. They've done like 100 building damage so far this game.
Yeah.
Just haven't had the opportunity because of how poor the lanes went and just the nature of their heroes.
They haven't. It really feels like they haven't been able to do anything so far.
Yep.
RNG. They've just not managed to successfully coordinate a play, as you say, because they have been constantly playing behind.
Yep.
And with a lineup where two of your cores are a Viper, I mean, all three cores. These cores don't play well from behind. Ember, SF, and Viper, especially SF and Viper. These guys, they need to. You know, Viper needs to have a good lane. SF needs to have the ability to catch up with farm in the jungle. You can't do that because of the ward, the controls, the control that OG has over the map. There's nowhere for him to go safely. So it's a very slow game for them. Thompson, he just goes straight in on the middle lane. Looks towards Flyby, will start to shift up on the strength. Eternity Ember Spirit has the backup of Jerax. And of course does still have that Aegis, so he's not too worried at all about any sort of response from RNG.
I didn't actually see that Monet went for the full Flame Guard build this game too. I haven't seen any Ember Spirit do this in a long time. I've been seeing the 1-4 build every time. Any versus Oracle.
I'm going to say especially against an Oracle.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it feels like you're putting more points in a skill that isn't going to do anything.
It just gets dispelled immediately. Yeah. They're jumping forward though. They actually able to find Jerax.
Okay, Seth pops the BKB. He's got the corrosive haze out onto Arku. RTW comes around as well. That'll be the tiny down and OG now. The two-man crunch. That'll be Setsu dead. Monet pops the sleight of fist. He does have a remnant now to get back towards the tier 2 tower. Chase will be on. Down to strike out onto the Ember Spirit. RTW gets the slow onto Flyby. Topson seeing if he can poke any further, but will back off. Seb nearly dying to the tower there, but he's got that regen off the helmet, the Dominator.
Might get picked
Jump
here.
forward, Monet gets the sleight of fist, and he's got the kill. Big one there for Monet. 600 gold for the Ember Spirit. As RNG will be able to at least pick up something off the back of that trade, but still not nearly enough to swing the game or slow the game down, as OG do continue to maintain that very, very large lead.
And jeez, double BKB at the 18-minute mark already.
Well, what happened there? Win probability.
Wait, what the hell happened at that
What
one?
the hell happened there?
Did they even get first blood? No, I don't think so. They lost 2 heroes right away at the beginning, didn't they?
I think that's the servers again, isn't it?
Maybe it liked I guess it liked the last pick Shadow Fiend.
I guess so.
But it does not seem to be working out at all for RNG.
Nothing went to plan at the start. And RNG, they needed some sort of momentous comeback in terms of a team fight. But as mentioned at the draft, they don't really have that.
Yep.
Sure, neither team does, but when you're a team behind and you need to rely on some sort of wombo combo to get these big core kills, you're not going to do it. And as we mentioned many times, Thompson's morph this game is looking pretty unkillable.
Yes, he's got just amazing heroes to turn into, and he's an Oracle behind him.
And here we go, well, 4-4, they're ready to chase down the Tiny. Arku's going to be the first to fall. Flyby trying to run back up the base, but Seth goes in with the crush. That's the Viper dead as well. OG just continuing to overrun RNG, as there seems to be nothing that RNG can do to slow down this aggression.
And the thing is, I was talking about how they have to play reactionary because they have to try to defend these towers, but they're not getting farm out of this. No one's farming creeps on the map, and it's just, look where the creeps are. All 3 lanes pushed onto their side. They're just under so much heat here.
Now they find Jerax. Again, holds back Monet with the Dispel. Go for the self-false bomb. He's going to take a lot of damage. See if he can heal up through it. Monet continues to try and chase, but Jerax,
he's okay.
will be fine.
He had the 10 stick charges during the false promise.
Ooh, this is a nice one for RNG. They get the grip into the Requiem combo. That will be ILTW dead. Do they get anything more with the slide?
They
get no tail. RNG, they found 2. Set pops the BKB, but he's surrounded by the 3 of them. They're going to turn out the damage to bring down 3 of the BKB set. He is going to fall. They get a 3rd kill, RNG. Buyback for the Bane. As RNG, they're not done. They know this is their opportunity to try and fight more. The root tower for more. They've got Jared. They're looking at what's top. The Thompson trying to DP out. Will he be able to get out in time? He will. But RNG getting those 4 kills. That is the punch back they needed.
Beautiful grip by Lanem there, finding the Troll Warlord on the side there. Just a little bit of overextension there by OG, just feeling themselves a bit. Troll just gets caught. And with that Requiem,
they just separated a little too far from one another. RNG showing they can still poke back. Obviously, they are going to need a few more of those to get the game back in sort of their half.
A lot more of those.
A lot more of those, yeah. It's still that 9k lead. But that's definitely a sign that RNG, they've still got that power. If OG make mistakes, we've seen OG, they've made a few mistakes recently in a few of their series. It can happen. RNG can still swing this one around.
Yeah, they start getting big items off of that, right? Like even when you're behind and you get these type of kills, you get pretty good gold for your for everybody. So the Viper, I believe, has the mech finished up. Ember finished up a Maelstrom during that last one. So they're all approaching their next item. So maybe the team fight could come into play there, because their team fight, I mean, it's hard to say because they're behind now, but their team fight overall looks a little bit better. If they had equal, if they were equal gold, their team fight would look better. But they're not at that point. And OG still has firm grasp of the game, though. They still are putting the pressure on all 3 lanes, and RNG, sure, they win that fight quite handedly, but they don't have anything to transition it into.
OG back as for inside the jungle of RNG, making it hard for RNG to come out of the map. Flyby will have a bit of a poke on ILTW.
Radiant's
Space is there for Monet at
under
least.
attack.
They're controlling the RNG jungle, waiting for that next Roche.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
How long is the spawn? It is a long one.
Keep the game going. I'll hold it at this point. OG. Tail working on leveling up his necro books.
Spamming Wrath of Nature every time the CD is up to keep that lane pressure going on, so RNG can't come out and actually find any type of pickoffs. They're just allowing their cores to farm a little bit more on the side of OG. They're approaching it, in particular Seb's Blink Dagger, for him to get in and out, because their initiation right now on OG is just like morphling, waveforming in and turning into a hero. So once Seb has that, they can reliably start fights easier. I believe Setsu does have the full BKB now, so a bit safer. Still has to watch out for that massive physical damage that comes out with that Corrosive Haze Troll and Morphling. Push themselves forward here a bit, and they're actually claimed all of the vision. Yeah, they claimed their jungle, and they've taken out all the vision from OG right now. OG's map is pretty dark at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Setsu will make the smart move to get out of that top area. OG coming in with the smoke.
RNG, look, they might be smoking too. They're probably going to smoke down to the bottom lane to meet the Ember Spirit as he's cutting the wave, hoping that they can maybe 5 OG while they're trying to make a move.
Wow, ILTW is very close to their smoke, but of course at the same time OG are on the high ground ready to back ILTW up if RNG go on him. They're going to try with the rollers, but Setsu straight away jumps to a back line. Gets the 2-man crush. BKB comes out to Setsu. Defensive Nightmare attempted onto Flyby, but Flyby will still fall. The Viper's dead. Zoji will try and hunt for more. Setsu's BKB about to wear off. They'll get the axes out and upon him. Thompson turns into the Bane, has the brain sound. Down. Setsu will get the Requiem off, but with 2 dead on RNG, there's no help for Setsu. Setsu will fall.
Jerax gets gone on by the Ember, but just immediately false promises himself. Actually has a long duration Fortune's End.
And indeed, NoTail TP's in with vision on the high ground. Corrosive Haze is out onto Monet. Seb jumps in with the clutch. Monet will fall off. He tries his best with the big avalanche. A buyback comes out from Monet. NoTail's going to TP back to base to reheal and regenerate up.
The Corrosive Haze is harder. It just makes everyone hit so hard to those RNG heroes. The Viper just seems incredibly squishy, even though he has a mech and an Atos.
Fall from Marfu again. For the avalanche, NoTail holds Monet in place. Seb's going to be there with a follow-up. Jumps in with the crush. Monet, he's got to try and get himself out of it. He's got a sleight of fist. Does he have a remnant? He's going to get stunned by the attempted strike. Monet is dead. 75 seconds without the Ember Spirit.
Where did he throw the... Did he remnant on top of himself? Because he threw the remnant. I think he did it on top of himself.
Dire's middle tower.
Either way, he was not getting out of there. NoTail, he will not get out of there either.
They saved the racks at least.
They do manage to push OG back, but OG continuing to just inch that little further forward in terms of a lead. 15k net worth and a big loss for the gold of Monet there as he dies back.
Yeah, and they claim their 4 bounty runes as well for OG, so yeah, they're still cruising, and it's not like now they don't have anything to do. Roche is up, so now they back up and they'll be able to claim that objective very quickly with their 3 cores.
Very quickly.
Yeah. StarLadder. Hoping we'd see this here come back after they change the Bash to the Deep.
Setsu.
They're hunting.
Being pretty brave here. It's going out alone. He's got to get out immediately. He knows they're going to be hunting for him as soon as he raises the creep wave, but NoTail is going to have the vision from the Sprout to find him. Setsu pops the BKB. He's going to try and rev up a Requiem, but the bash comes through from Seb. And no chance for any sort of counterplay from the Shadow Fiend.
And even if he does, like, they have the Dispel for the Yules too. Like, he just can Dispel to mess up the combo, and But then you could also just fade Seedic, stop it afterwards too.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Yeah, this last big Shadow Fiend is definitely not working. Not working out for RNG.
It was not the play.
It just made everything so. It made their lanes just way too awkward.
OG must have been smiling when they saw that last pick.
Dire's top shrine.
I mean, Panel
has
said it too,
fallen.
right? Like Grant, as soon as he saw the Shadow Fiend, he's like, I don't know what they're thinking with that one, because now where the hell does Viper go?
Maybe they just forgot they drafted a mid. You know, it happens, right? It happens in my home games. You always get to the mid lane. Down into the base. They'll go forward onto the base. There for 30 seconds. And OG will look towards the tier 3 tower. Is there anything RNG can do here?
He just gets chained himself.
Oh boy, he's dead. GG is cool. OG will take game 1 of this best of 3. And they made it look pretty easy from the draft onwards. There was that one point where there was an okay fight for RNG, but other than that, it was just smooth sailing from OG from the end of the draft to the end of the game. It was all going OG's way.
Yeah, I mean.